Welcome to our fourth session from flower to flame, revealing the treasures within. And in this session, we are going to meet the heart protector, the pericardium. In this journey, we are on this epic journey into our awakening hearts, and we're preparing ourselves for union with our divinity and our humanity, our union with self, our union with others. So as we begin here with our hands on our hearts and we're preparing ourselves for this session, I invite you to feel the energy in your heart, and I invite you to bring your awareness to your breath, bringing yourself here to this present moment. And we are about to begin, and you are about to enter into the sanctuary, and you're about to meet a gate. And see, my love, I am the gate guardian. I am the pericardium. The pericardium is the heart protector. It's this sheath tissue that grows around the heart to keep it cool. So the heart can do its job, and the pericardium protects the heart. The pericardium is known as the gate, and the heart is the temple within. So you are literally at the gate of the pericardium. And so I invite you, my loves, to remember a time in your life when you felt connected, when you felt a sense of union and oneness, and feel what it feels like in your body when you are connected and in union. Breathing into that feeling in your body. Knowing what it feels like. And now I invite you to remember a time when you were not connected. You did not feel connected or in union. Remember a time when you felt very disconnected. And what does that feel like in your body? What are the sensations when you're disconnected? So at this gate, my love, I am the pericardium. I am your heart protector. What needs to be laid down here so you can enter into a state of union? And with that, bring your hands and your feet together. And with a humble bow, setting down or laying down whatever appears to be preventing you from being in union. Setting that down. And do yourself the high holy honor of not censoring yourself. Be honest. Set it all down. And once you feel like you have laid these obstacles down, you can gently feel your feet on the earth, taking a few deep breaths. And as you do, you're inhaling and you are filling your body temple up with life, with breath. And you're unfurling your spine and you are rising to the occasion, fresh and open. And when you're ready, step across the threshold into our sanctuary. This practice tonight requires reverence and respect. We are entering into sacred holy realm of the heart. So let's start here. And I invite you, when you inhale, to inhale and bring a smile to your lips. And as you exhale, melt that smile down into your heart. We'll do this a few times. Inhaling, bringing a smile to your lips, raising your eyebrows, and then exhaling, softening that smile, letting it melt into your heart, transferring that smile from your lips to your heart. One more time, inhaling, big smile. And then exhaling, melting that smile in to your heart, letting your heart receive that smile. And as it does, your heart is now smiling within. And you can start to sense and feel this radiance emanating from your heart. And now these golden beams of radiance from your heart are starting to fill your body, but direct those golden beams of light down into your lower dantian. Really beam the golden light down into your lower dantian, down into the earth, down into the yin space, down into the waters. Seeing the light shining down into the waters. Now, let's have a few deep breaths here into our lower dantian, into our physical center, into the center of our body. Breathing in, expanding your abdomen. And as you exhale, your abdomen goes back toward your spine. A few breaths here, breathing in. Really expanding your abdomen and your pelvic floor. And exhaling, pulling your pelvic floor up and your abdomen back. One more. Breathing into the center of your body. And exhaling out. Seeing how just a few moments of these breathing practices has already shifted how you're feeling. Now we'll do kidney breathing. Your hands are on your kidneys. And as you breathe in, it's that same as the abdominal breath, except for your knees are slightly bent. And as you breathe in, your pelvis tucks under and you expand the space where your kidneys are. And then when you exhale, your pelvis relaxes back. Breathing in, expanding to your kidneys. Your kidneys hold the element of water. Your heart holds the element of fire. We're harmonizing fire and water with this practice. One more breath, really expanding, sending energy to your kidneys, activating your kidney, accessing the wisdom and energy of your kidneys, your essence, and releasing. Bringing fire and water together. Sense and feel what that feels like. And now we'll knock on the door of life. And you're knocking on this whole channel here, your lower dantian, your kidneys, your belt vessel that runs around your waist. And right here, remember the principles of QIGONG. We're following the principles. We're activating energy. So that means we're connecting with it. We're bringing awareness to it. We're also generating it. We're creating more energy. And we are clearing energy right now. So really feel yourself opening up. Feel yourself warming up. Feel yourself generating heat, generating space. And now bring one hand up to your lungs. And knocking on the back of your chest and your lungs. And here is a perfect place to cleanse even more with the heart sound. Ah. Ah. Bring your hands down your lower dantians. And this practice tonight is going to be a lot of cleansing and clearing tonight. So just let this opening activation as we knock on the door of life. Another word name for this is knocking on the temple door. Really preparing yourself for this entering into the space of your self-love, for preparing you for union. And so now let's let this movement transition to water waves. And really feel yourself. You're still in that cleansing and clearing. But now you're washing your hands in this river. This river of life is flowing through you and by you and to you, from you. And it's nourishing you and clearing you. We're going to work with this water a little bit tonight. To feel connected to this beautiful river of energy that flows through you. Remember, your body is made of rivers of energy. Let this movement start to slow down. Feeling yourself. Bringing yourself to stillness. And just sense and feel your body. Beautiful. And we'll have another warm up before we dive into the practice. And this is spinal cord breathing. So as you breathe in, open your chest, your heart to the sky. Soft, loose fist. Exhale. Curl your spine. Tuck your pelvis. Bring your elbows close together, soft, loose fist. Inhale, heart to the sky. Exhale, heart to the earth. Moving at your own rate and rhythm. We're starting to warm up here, so let's let this be a little bit of a warm up where it's a little lighter, it's a little faster. And feel how this movement just draws the breath in and presses the breath out. And now start to slow it down. And let's open up our spine a little bit more. So the next time you close, you're in the center, but when you open up to the right, close to the center, open to the left, close. Enlivening your spine, enlivening the largest chi channel that nourishes your brain. Open your heart, feeling the back of your heart, feeling the warmth of your body, feeling the earth at your feet. Coming to center a few more times. And slowing it down. Last one, so slow. Letting your hands rest. Sensing and feeling. Let's knock on our chest, knock on our hearts, and we're going to trace the heart meridian and the pericardium meridian, and in the learning portal there'll be an image. So just generally speaking, the heart meridian starts here in the armpit, comes down to the elbow. There are a few points right here, comes to the inner pinky, and now the small intestine runs out the side, the elbow up, right? And then the pericardium, the heart protector, because the heart is the only organ that has two meridians. It has the heart, which is the yin, and it's paired with the small intestine, which is yang. And then it has the pericardium, which is yin, and then it's paired with the triple warmer, which is yang. So don't get too concerned about it, but the heart protector, it starts at the armpit and it goes down, but it comes down more to the middle of the arm. And this point right here, 3 fingers, this point right here, pericardium 6, we're going to work with this point today. This point is all about emotional immune system. This is your emotional well-being. This is the pericardium. This is the heart protector. This is the part of you that can, so people that are empathetic, they're super empathetic and they can feel everybody's feelings, and every time somebody has a feeling, they get kind of blown off. You know, in some ways that's really beautiful, but in other ways that shows that their pericardium is weak. And so we want our pericardium to be strong. When your pericardium is strong, your whole body is strong, your whole being. And then there's another pericardium 7, which is right here. And this pericardium 7, this is the point, is called the breakup point. So if you have a broken heart, and you're grieving and having a broken heart from lost love, you'll want this point. And then when you bring your middle finger down wherever it touches, it's going to be close to your middle, in the middle of your hand, but that's pericardium 8. And then its paired organ is going to be the triple warmer, and it's going to go up. So let's just, in general, we're going to tap like we always do. We do this every time. Why do we do it every time? Down the inside, because this is the yin channel, and up the outside. Let's go 3 times. You can knock or you can slap. Activating the heart and the pericardium channels. The pericardium is the gate. The heart is the temple within. So what that means is in Chinese medicine, in ancient Chinese Taoism, you have the fortress and you have the castle inside. So there's the gate out front. You want the gate to be strong, and you don't want the invaders to enter into your fortress. Just like you want your front door to be able to close and lock, and you don't want any person or any old random thing to come into your living room, right? And so what happens when the pericardium is strong, people have a strong sense of being emotionally centered, emotionally stable. They feel their feelings, they express, but they're not blown over by every single experience. When the pericardium is breached, and then the energy enters into the heart, that's when trauma happens. PTSD, trauma, bipolar, like the big things, right? When the pericardium is being depleted, when the pericardium is being depleted, that's when a person is feeling really anxious, really overwhelmed, really stressed, really agitated, quick to anger, or they might even feel apathetic or hatred. But that hatred and that true apathy, that is when the heart is breached. So just sense and feel how we've activated these meridians. How we're activating and creating our field of protection around us. Beautiful. We're about to practice a beautiful practice called dry crying, but I'd like us to prepare for that a little bit. And so we are going to press our kidneys and press our hips. So when your hips go back, your thumbs rest on your spine here, and then when your hips press forward, you press your thumbs in. Inhale, hips go back. Exhale, hips forward, press your thumbs in. Each breath, you reposition your thumbs. Really get into the movement of hips back and forward, leaning back, hinging at the waist, pressing forward, leaning back. When your hands get really low, you can transition to knuckles. You can work your way all the way down your sacrum. Really warming up, preparing your back. This movement, this basic movement, is going to be the foundational movement for our next few techniques. And now go ahead and just knock on your kidneys, on your sacrum. Letting your hands rest. Sensing and feeling you've just activated your heart fire and your kidney water. Now, we're going to do a practice called dry crying. In our last session, we worked with laughter and joy and ha 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 ha. So Qigong has a few other techniques, and some of them are healing sounds. And healing sounds they naturally mimic what a body does in certain emotional states. So, for example, last session we worked with laughter, and we went like this, ha, ha, ha. And if you notice, that is energy going out. I have a lot of energy and I need to get it out, and so I'm going to laugh, ha, 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 ha. Right? What we're going to do this time is it's going to be stimulate or simulate crying. It's called dry crying. And we're going to, let me show you, and then we'll experience it together. But it should feel this trembly, you know, when you're crying and there's a part of you that like, that is going to be stimulated. So there's two ways to do it, and we're going to start off the first way. Now, if you have back issues, you might want to just stick with the first way, but let's start first. So you are going to have your feet shoulder width apart, your knees are slightly bent, your hands are on your kidneys. So taking a nice deep breath, I want you to tighten up your buttocks, tighten up your legs, tighten up your hips, and press your hips forward. And then as you do, leaning back, opening up your throat, opening up your heart, and then inhale. And then exhale, and exhale out, and have the After the third one, rise back up. Now soften your knees, relax your hands, and dip your hands down into the river of water, and lift and wash. And gently bounce your knees and wash your hands in the water. Let the water carry with it whatever needs to be released into the river, the healing river. And now when you're ready, you're going to come up. There might be an energy surge, so let that energy surge happen. And now pulling down the heavens. So inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands float down. We'll do that about 3 times. Now we're clearing. We're clearing and integrating the experience. One more. Beautiful. That's the dry crying sequence. Let's do it again. This time, if you want to do level 2, you can. This is only if your back feels okay. You make these mudras with your hands. And you come to the standing posture for the kidney. I'm going to turn to my side so you can see me a little bit better. You're coming to the standing posture for your kidneys. That means your knees are slightly bent. Your knees are slightly bent. Your pelvis is soft. Top of your head is lifted. Your hands are back facing your kidneys, and you're in the mudra. Your weight is toward your heels. When you're ready, you're going to take a nice deep breath, and you're going to tighten. Now, you're going to tighten your buttocks, tighten your pelvic floor, tighten your legs, tighten your low back, tighten everything. And then you're going to press your hips forward and lean back. Open your throat, open your chest. Inhale. Now exhale. Feel the trembling. Inhale, rise up. Release your arms, bend forward, cleanse in the river. Wash it all away. Wash whatever you're going through all away. Dry crying is a beautiful way to move stagnant, stuck energy in our throats and in our hearts. And it's a way to work with this energy in a container of safety. Okay, coming up. Feel your body, feel the energy rise up. Then once it does, pulling down the heavens. Inhale up, exhale down. Integrating, smoothing out. Last one. Dry crying is a beautiful therapeutic practice to get in touch with what's deeply in here. So we're going to do it one more time. Now, hands on your kidneys or the mudra. It's up to you. Okay. Knees are bent. Weight is shifted toward your heels. Hands are pointing toward your kidneys. Shoulders are soft. Inhale. Lean back. Squeeze your buttocks. Squeeze your everything. Squeeze your hips. Your chest is soft. Open your throat. Open your heart. Open yourself to the divine and inhale, soften your body, forward bend, cleanse in the river. Wash it all away. Let that river wash it away. Oh, let that river move through you. It's just carrying away the debris of what was stuck, of what you do not need anymore. Cleansing and clearing. Yeah. Rising up. Feel that surge of energy. And now, inhaling, hands float up. Exhaling, hands float down. Integrating, pulling down the heavens, settling back down. Pulling down the heavens is connected to the triple warmer, the paired organ of the pericardium. The pulling down the heavens is the classic movement we do to clear our energy field of other people's energy. We don't really want other people's energy in our field all the time. We want to be able to allow people in and out, but not to get stuck in our field. So this is the clearing, that triple warmer clearing. Just sense and feel what's moving through you. Honoring what's here. And now let's just let some of this energy move through us like we did last session. We did teacups, two-handed teacups. So pelvis back, hands back, palms face up. Pelvis forward, hands above your head. Hands spiral forward. You inhale, your pelvis goes back, your hands go back, fingers pointed back. Inhale, hands spiral above your head and back. Let the spirals teach you. Working with the hinging of your waist. When your hips go back, your hands go back. When your hips go forward, your hands rise. Your hands are following your hips. Your hands are following your dantian. This is just an opportunity to move through and spiral through what's moving through you. Connecting to all the parts of you. All the ages, all the layers. One more time, all the way through, super slow, super soft. Bringing our hands to our chi ball. Okay. Take a moment to integrate here, just sensing and feeling and playing with this chi ball. Smoothing it out, condensing it. Where we're about to go next is deeper into the inquiry of our shields, of our weapons, of our wounds, of why we have a pericardium, why we have a heart protector, why it's so necessary to have healthy boundaries. This next piece is a part of the 8 pieces of brocade. Not all Qigong was created by monks to reach enlightenment. Some of Qigong was created by military generals to keep their soldiers alive. Right? 8 pieces of brocade is exactly that. This movement is an ancient movement, but it's not the oldest of all Qigong movements. It is ancient though. This movement in particular is for wounded warriors who had trauma to their chest wounds. They are warriors. They had arrows, they had swords, they had puncture wounds to their chest. We in our modern life, none of us in our group, as far as I'm aware, has had anything like that in physical form. But we have all felt a broken heart. We all have scars and wounds in our heart and in our chest. And even though we've gone through forgiveness practices and we have healed, and most of these wounds are scars, they're no longer hemorrhaging and bleeding. We have come to a state of healing with them, that we now live with them. They're still influencing us. And so the heart protector lovingly turns our gaze to honor and heal and tend to these wounds, not to stir them up, not to pick at them, not to mess with them, to fester them, but to honor what's here and to bring healing energy to these wounds of our hearts. This movement for me in particular personally has supported me immensely. So I'd like to share it with you. In brief, when we're beginning, I know I'm going to move slow and I'm going to talk in the beginning, but ultimately you want to have one breath as you turn to one inhale as you turn and one exhale as you return. So knees are bent, fingers are facing each other, arms are soft, your eyes are open. This is the wise owl who turns her head. A wise owl sees everything, is focused on nothing, and is aware. So when our hearts are open, it changes our vision, right? When our hearts break, it changes how we see the world. So open your eyes, open the eyes of your heart, open your eyes, your Shen eyes, your observer eyes. And I'm going to mirror you. So inhaling, gently inhaling and turning your fingers as you turn your gaze to the left. And this inhale will bring you all the way to your fingers pointing behind you and your pinkies pointing toward you. You're looking over your left shoulder and your heart and chest is open and exposed. This is a vulnerable position to be in. You sense and feel the vulnerability and the safety of this position, of where you are right now in your life, how far you've come. So since I'm talking, take a nice deep breath. And then when your exhale naturally comes, exhale and turn your fingers back to center. The challenge here is you want your eyes and your fingers to move around the same speed so they arrive at the center together. Inhale, turning to the right, eyes open, taking it all in, seeing what you see in your space. Inhaling, feeling your chest expand, feeling the vulnerability of this position. Exhale, release. Slowly, eyes and fingers traveling together. Beautiful. Again, inhale. This time, as you go, I want you to imagine you're turning to the left, you're looking to the past, remembering a time where you've been vulnerable, where you've been exposed, and you might have been wounded. Exhaling, releasing, returning to center. Inhale, turning to the right, to the future, taking it all in, preparing yourself to be vulnerable and share your love, share your heart again. And exhale. Slowly, eyes and fingers returning to center. Let's do this again. Inhale. Turning to the past and remembering a time when you were open and vulnerable and you were safe. And exhaling, returning to center. Inhale, anticipating the future, anticipating the next time you're going to open yourself and share yourself safely. And returning to center. Holding the chi ball. Taking a moment. Wise owl turns her head. She's vulnerable. She's wise. Her eyes are open. She feels. She remembers. She's safe. She's protected. How is she safe and protected when she's so vulnerable and doesn't have a weapon and a bunch of shields, like a bunch of walls up? And yet I'm saying put up a wall. So what do I mean? I mean this energetic field. And this is what I want to share with you right here. This is why boundaries are so helpful. Let's do this. Here we are. I know we're online, but I want you to feel something. I want you to feel something. Why boundaries are so helpful and what it feels like when you're not in your center. So this is not exactly a Qigong practice right here. This is a different somatic practice, but I think it will illustrate something important. So now imagine I'm somebody you love, somebody you care about. And I show up and I'm like, hey, you. Hey, I want to give you something. I'm going to give this to you. And so now I want you to reach out for it. Feel yourself reaching out for it as if you're going to receive it. Because I'm giving it to you. It's right here. I'm giving you my heart. It's right here. Reach for it. So keep reaching for it. Now, I know it's a computer and you can't actually get it. But if we were in the same room, just imagine that I'm just a little too far. And you need to extend yourself beyond your center. Reach for it even more. And now reach for it even more. You feel yourself, you now know you've extended beyond your normal boundary, your normal healthy, but you really want this heart. You really want my love. You really want what your heart's desire is, and I'm offering it to you right here. You can see it. So reach for it even further. And now see how far you're willing to go for it, to reach it, right? To get this love that I'm presenting to you. And so now, right when you're about to get it, you're so close, you're about to get it, I pull back. I bring it back. Or you're about to get it, you're so close, but I don't extend myself the rest of the way for you. I keep myself just out of reach because I'm unavailable. I'm not ready. I'm not able. I'm triggered. Any number of things, right? But it was presented and drawn back, or it was presented and it's just too far for you to get, just out of reach. Sense and feel what you do, how far you're willing to go outside of your boundary, right? How far are you willing to reach and stretch and grasp and grab for love that appeared right there and was offered to you but is no longer there, right? In my own somatic practice, I've practiced this before, so I know I feel like I'm falling. Oh, and grasping and hoping. That is not centered. That is not in my healthy boundary. My healthy boundary is not a wall, a fortress that no one can enter, but it keeps me centered and grounded and stable within myself. So let's create our healthy boundaries and let's repair those wounds and those holes where we've overreached, where we've overextended. So let's repair that with this movement right here. Remember your pericardium 6 points. So, like Wonder Woman, this posture right here. So these points on the outside of your arms, this is for your immune system. So this is your Wei Qi, your guardian Qi. It helps keep pathogens, bacteria, viruses away. This inside is your emotional immune system. Right? So let's go ahead and knock our emotional immune system. Tap them. And we'll do the other side. Tap them. Just to bring awareness and bring attention to them. See if you can feel those points. Okay, you can feel those points. It doesn't really matter which hand you have, just whatever one feels the most natural to you. So this is a part of the white crane practice. So while your hands are here, you're just going to open your hands and let your hands sink. And as you do, your hips sink a little. You're going to inhale and like you're scooping up energy, cross your arms. Rise up. Exhale, open, settle. That's the structure. Let's just practice this. Inhale, spine wave up. Open, settle. This is called pericardium flow, heart protector. And when you settle, feel yourself settling into your space. Feel yourself grounded. Feel the earth beneath you. When you inhale, you scoop up energy, you cross your arms, you spine wave up, you're elegant, up at the center of your chest. And then you open yourself up as far as you want to go, maintaining your structure. Your hands face the earth and you sink. It's a very simple practice. Exhaling as you open and sink. Inhaling as you gather and rise. creating a field, a protective field of energy around your heart, around your entire being. Your hands are symbolic, right? They're reflective of this energy that's happening in a sphere above you and below you, within you, without. Let's create a sphere of healthy boundaries. So what happens is, instead of over giving, over feeling, overextending for love, instead we are in our center and we magnetize love to us because our heart is open and radiant. We are rewiring our nervous system. This takes practice. Let's be in silence and let the form. Feel this sphere behind you. And to help bring awareness that the sphere is all around you, next time your hands cross at the center, gently turn to the right and rise up and open. Give awareness that this sphere is bigger than it appears. And you're not creating a wall or a rigid barrier. You're creating points of connection, access points of union between you and the beloved. Let's turn to the other side. You and another. You and yourself. Remember, this is a self-love practice. Because if we will overextend ourselves to get somebody else's love from externally, that also means we're more than likely neglecting and abandoning ourselves, crossing our own boundaries all the time. So what are your boundaries? What are your healthy boundaries? Returning to center. What is the integrity of your shape? Can you feel yourself centered here? Feel your lower dantian, your heart, top of your head lifted. Feel yourself in alignment here. What are you aligning to? What is your North Star? Let's create this force field in another way now, letting your hands settle. We're going to continue in repairing our energetic infrastructure within us. We're in our center. Our feet are stable on the earth. I'm going to step back so you can see my feet. Now we'll pull down the heavens from the 6 directions. So when you're ready, inhale. Hands float to the horizon. Exhale, palms toward the sky. Inhale up, back to center, hands float down. Inhale, sink, turn, sink a little more, rise, return to center. Keep in mind the pericardium. This is your healthy boundary. This is your heart protector. You are creating a field of energy that magnetizes your love, your resources to you while you stay centered and in alignment with plenty of room to move. You are reconnect to that feeling of being in connection and union. You are not isolating yourself off. You are not in a state of being alone. Feel how this movement connects you to all of creation, above and below, within and without, in front of you and behind you, to the right of you and to the left of you, the past and to the future. You are centered, stable, protected, because you are creating it, not assuming that it is so. If you assume that it is so, you'll learn otherwise fairly quickly. The world, the universe is a benevolent universe from my lensing. Having healthy boundaries is a sense of empowerment, a sense of love. And so we're coming close to completion here. Let's do a few passes in silence. And as your hands float down, completing this movement, I invite you to bring your feet together, bring your hands to your heart, just like we started. Come to this movement as a candle. You are the wick in the middle of the candle. You have a candle holder. That's the vehicle in which we're traveling for this entire journey, a stable candle holder. Your body is the wax. Your alignment, your center, your attunement is the wick. This is the central nervous system piece that we are rewiring. We're not bending our candle to spread our light. Our wick is in the center of the candle. And the candle has a flame, a beautiful, appropriate flame to the size of the container, to the placement of the container, to the placement of the candle. and of the wick. And this radiant, beautiful light is its natural response, is its natural state of being. Once the flame is lit, it is pure light. And there's a gentle wave, there's a gentle dance as your light shines. And this beautiful light is a beacon. Love is attracted to beauty. In QIGONG, in the Three Treasures practice, we ask ourselves a few questions. Where am I? Who am I? What do I want? Those help us align ourselves, attune ourselves. In this moment, as the candle, as this brilliant, beautiful flame being held in the candle holder, beaming the light, asking yourself, what do I want? What is my heart's desire? And knowing that when that is clear, that is a coherent field, and it magnetizes to it what it needs. But when we're off our center and we're reaching for that love that's just out of our reach, that appeared and then disappeared and is not there anymore, that is a discordant, confused, non-cohered state of being, and that attracts disharmony to it. Sensing and feeling the difference in our own beings is our greatest teacher. Be here in this moment, in this coordinated, coherent, centered, luminous, radiant, protected space as you magnetize to you your heart's desire. Feel your flame grow brighter. Feel yourself become more clear, more peaceful and centered. And as we complete this practice, I invite you to let this flame that may be up in your head and up in your heart, coax it down to your lower dantian. Bring it all the way down. Bring that fire down to the water. When you bring the fire down to the water, you create a mist, you create a vapor, you create the elixir. Dantian is called elixir field. We're alchemists that are creating a healing elixir. And we work with fire and water. So bringing the fire down to the water, letting that vapor, mist rise through your vessel, up into your heart. Feeling yourself feel complete for tonight. Thank you for such a beautiful practice. Right hand makes a fist, right? Right hand is the doer, the yang, the light. The left hand covers it, the yin, the water. Bring the alchemy of the fire and water, the heart and the heart protector. Bring them together into your own being. And we bow to the circle. We bow to each other, we bow to our practice, we bow to all that's unfolded, we bow to the pericardium, the protector, we bow to our past and to our futures, we bow to our teachers' teachers, and the teacher within. And with that, taking a nice deep breath, inhaling and stepping back across the threshold, back into your beautiful life. And I invite you to journal specifically about what it felt like when you were reaching too far, what it felt like when you were centered as the candle, what it felt like when you consciously are creating a field of protection around you, knowing that it's not a barrier. Journal about what it felt like at the very beginning of the gate when you felt connected and disconnected, and how this practice is bringing you closer to a state of union. Deep bows.